Saturday. We have 2 days left, and we know Jazz Fest is always going to get a little bit of rain at some point.
Yes, and we got that yesterday. Today, I'm thinking we're going to stay dry for the most part. You can see low clouds, which indicate we do have a lot of moisture to work with in the atmosphere, so we can't rule out some scattered showers, maybe a stray storm, but it's mostly going to be dry, especially compared to yesterday with that persistent rain. We did see some fog form over the fairgrounds, but most of that has lifted, now seeing over a mile visibility across our entire area. Most of the lingering fog is up in Mississippi right now, but we do have some rain to the southwest. This is staying along the coast, not really seeing this moving inland, but you could see some rain if you're down in Cocodrie and Terrebonne Parish and maybe Lafourche Parish, possibly the mouth of the river too, as that continues to move eastward. But notice we're starting to see some showers popping up here in southeast Texas moving into Louisiana. We do have some lift that we can work with to see some stray showers and storms, so not ruling that out. But all of that lingering rain that we had has moved out, and most of the storms are once again up here across the plains, located near this low pressure system. And look at that cool layer behind that. We're not really going to get that in our area because we're protected by high pressure, so it's keeping the storms away, but it's making things very hot. So we'll be almost 80 degrees by 9, into the 80s through the whole afternoon, 86 for our highs. And we will see the clouds increase as we start to see some of those scattered showers and storms pop up, which will help with the feel, but it's going to be very humid both days this weekend. If you're headed to Jazz Fest, 86 for our highs. Make sure you pack the sunscreen. We will have plenty of sun peeking through the clouds. So here's the modeling for the rain. You can see we kind of get a wave of moisture. Maybe we see a storm or two pop up. You can't focus on where the location of these are because those models are not that accurate, but it shows us that we do have some of the ingredients to see maybe a downpour or two. Then tomorrow, notice all these storms trying to come in from the west. These squall lines are falling apart and then making it to us as just light rain. So I think this could be a similar situation to what we saw yesterday, but not as heavy of rainfall, so mainly just some light passing showers as we go through Sunday into Monday. Could still see some lingering rainfall on this model and some afternoon storms popping up along some boundaries there. So we have a lot of moisture, can't rule out those storms. Now, once we get into later in the week, the rain chances are really going to decrease, although it will stay humid. And we're looking at 90-degree days with those lower rain chances, less cloud cover. It's really going to heat up. And the reason we're seeing lower rain chances is we're not getting these disturbances. You see this kind of U shape in these lines? That's a upper level low coming by. It's called a short wave. But we stop getting those as this high pressure builds over us. Notice we're starting to get into the reds here Thursday, Friday. The high is stronger, but we do have this low up here to the north that will eventually sink down and push that high south of us. So then we'll start to see some rain and some cooler air compared to what we're going to see this week. Normal high for this time of year, 83 degrees. That's the average of all those swings in temperature. So we're above that. 86 through Monday, 88 Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Those will be our days in the 90s with humidity. It might feel even warmer than these temperatures, so it's really going to start to feel toasty. But the good news, the 8 to 14 day outlook shows where that low pressure is. We are going to see those temperatures cooler up to the north of us. We're in the gray here, which means average temperatures, so it will feel better as we go back down to those low 80s. Maybe we'll get a bout of drier air too, hopefully, and that will help things really feel nice. So 20% all the way through Monday with that rain from those 90s. But this is around the time of year we typically start to see 90-degree days, so nothing out of the ordinary.
It's not out of the ordinary. It's just, you know, you mentioned the cold fronts. Technically, they are cold fronts, but I just
still
want to see
cold fronts in the meteorological sense,
yeah, I want
but
to see
not
them
cold air.
like, just bat down the temperatures a little bit. We're just not quite, I'm not quite ready for the brutal summer.
Yeah, and I do think as long as we're still seeing those 30s and 40s up in Denver this time of year, we still have cool air to bring down, so it's not going to be cold, but I do think that we'll have a little bit of a break.
Gotcha. All right, thank you very much there, Hannah. 8:30.